Get up. What is up, everybody? I'm Mr. Clutch, bringing you a free play today. Not just a free play, but I'm going to break down the entire MLB slate for you guys today. Before I get started, I just want to say all the doubleheader games, guys, I'm not going to cover them. The Cardinals and the Pirates play a doubleheader. The Phillies and the Jays play a doubleheader. And the Marlins and the Nationals play a doubleheader. The only thoughts I can give to this, when there's 3 or 4 doubleheaders in the MLB, like taking the losers all from game 1 and then betting them game 2, just history shows that it's hard to win a doubleheader in the MLB. So that would be my thought. But if the line's too high, you might as well just pass it. But anyways, let's get into the rest. And before I get started into the rest, make sure you guys subscribe, guys. It would really help out a lot. Trying to grow this channel, trying to get on a new platform. And if you guys hit that subscribe button, that pumps me up a little bit more and keeps me going. And then it'll also make sure you guys don't miss a play as well. It will notify you if you hit that bell. And every time I post a video, you guys will see it. Anyways, get into it, baby. Mets versus Phillies. We got Mets as dogs in this one. They started at plus 135 this morning. They're now plus 140, it looks like. And the Braves are favorites. They're at minus 165. We got an over-under of 8.5 on this one. 2 lefties on the bump. We got Max Fried versus Steven Matz. I really thought it was going to be Peterson today for the Mets, but they switched it up. So now we got Max Fried versus Steven Matz. The Mets will be home in this one, and the Braves will be on the road. I'll start with the offensives first in this one, guys. The Braves are hitting 268 on the year and hitting 277 versus righties and only 233 versus lefties this season. So they do a little worse versus lefties, but I'm not going to look too much into that because I think this is a great spot for the Braves. And just before I get into the Mets lineup, let's talk about who the Braves will be facing a little bit more. Like I said, Steven Matz, 29 years old, guys. He's having a terrible season. He has pitched in 5 games this season and started in 4 of them. He has an 8.63 ERA. He has a 6.72 FIP and a .313 bat bib. His biggest issue this season, guys, is definitely the long ball. He's given up a ton of them. He has allowed 9 home runs this season in only 24 innings pitched. That's averaging out to be 3.4 home runs per 9 innings. That can not happen in the MLB. That's just going to get you killed, and that's exactly why he's sitting there with an 8.63 ERA. I usually break down each pitcher. What I do, like for my clients, I break down each pitcher, like what they throw, and then like if their main 2 pitches are like slider change, then I go to the lineup they're facing and I break down every hitter and see if they do well versus those 2 pitchers as far as like breaking balls, stuff like that. But to save time and not to board a lot of you, I'm not going to do that. Just know Matz has 4 pitchers, guys. His 2 most used pitches are the sinker and the change. Last couple things on Matz as well. Lefties are batting 400 off him this season, which won't continue. I mean, it's only 18 ABs, but I just wanted to mention it. And righties batting 286 off him this season as well. Like I said, his biggest issue is the home run ball. He has faced this Braves team before once. Just wanted to mention that on July 25th versus them, he went 6 innings pitched, let up 2 hits, 1 earned, and only 1 walk in 7 Ks, which is super surprising, guys, because that's the most strikeouts he's had versus anybody this season, and his second highest this season was 5. So I'm just going to kind of note this down. Matz, that was at the beginning of the season. He is the pitcher he is now, letting up a lot of home runs and his high ERA and FIP. I'm not a big fan of this guy at all. And then last few things I wanted to say, overall, hitters are batting 313 off him this season. And this season so far, first time through the lineup, hitters batting 213 off him. Second time through lineup, 359 off him. And third time through lineup, 462 off him. I mean, he's getting crushed when he goes longer and longer into these games. So I really think the Braves can get to Matz today. I really do, especially facing him this time this season for the second time, guys. I mean, the Braves literally ranked number 1 in the MLB. They're averaging 5.72 runs per game, and they're coming off an off day, which can be good and bad. I'll tell you a little trend later. I know trends don't mean much, but I like to throw them out to either support a play, back a play, stuff like that. A few things about the Mets, though, guys. They have struggles versus lefties this season, but overall, they're doing pretty damn good. I mean, they're only 23 and 27 on the year, but they're hitting the ball. They're 279 on the season, like I said, 289, batting 289 versus righties this season and 259 versus lefties. They can flat out hit. And Max Fried today, he's coming off his little injury stint. He was on like the 10-day injury list, so that's a little concerning, but I think he's going to be okay. His velo was actually down the last 2 games. That was the reason he was sitting out. It was his back. So hopefully he's got that worked out. Anyways, the Mets are 4-11 in their last 15 games versus a lefty, guys. Also, just wanted to point out that the Mets are 4-10 in their last 14 games in Game 1 of the series. The series starts tonight at the Mets Park. And then, like I said, trends don't mean much, but I like to throw them out because those are pretty big. 4-11 in their last 15 versus a lefty. They're definitely struggling with lefties, and Max Fried is no joke. And that's who I'm going to get into right now. He is 6-0 on the season, guys. He is 26 years old and has been great so far. He has a 1.98 ERA, a 1.06 whip, and a 2.5 FIP. Like I said, he's coming off the 10-day injury list. Kind of concerning because it was his back and it was giving him problems, like I said, with the velo. But he hasn't pitched since September 5th. He stretched it out. I think he's going to be ready to go today. Few other notes on Fried, guys. He did face this Mets team once already at the beginning of the season, kind of just like Matt. He went 5 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and 5 Ks. Fun fact about Max as well, guys. In 50 innings pitched this season, he hasn't allowed any home runs, which just is insane. And I bet you money he won't allow one tonight because this wind as well. So facing 197 batters, guys, he hasn't given up 1 home run. That's pretty damn impressive. Righty's only batting 196 off him this season. Also, a little trend I wanted to throw out as well. The Braves are 4-9 in their last 14 games following an off day. They had an off day yesterday. So, I mean, I don't take that too much into account, but just throwing it out. I mean, you can find positive and negative trends for anything you really want to find, but those are the ones I wanted to mention. And like I said, they don't mean much. Last few things, guys, before I wrap this first game up. I do like both these bullpens. I really do, which is rare to even say in the MLB these days, but they're not bad. The Mets are coming off a game where they just used 5 relievers, though, guys. In the game before that, they used 4. So the Mets are a little tired. The Braves just had an off day. They're rested. They got the better pitcher on the bump. They got the better bullpen. And overall, they're a winning baseball team, and I think they take care of business today versus these Mets. The money line is high, and I don't recommend laying it minus 165, guys. So I say go with the run line. I mean, the Braves should be ready. If Fried comes out and looks good, they're going to take care of the Mets today. The Braves, as away favorites this season, guys, are 13-4. That's 76.5%. It's the Braves for me today. I will take them on the run line. I don't have the line in front of me, but I'm sure it's not a bad price. And I wouldn't even recommend the first 5 in this game. I think Fried, he's coming off that 10-day injury list. I say your best bet would be going full game here. I think the Braves bullpen is much better. Not much better, but better than the Mets bullpen. And they're not tired. And I think overall they can win this game by 2 runs. And like I said, they're 13-4 as away favorites this season. So hopefully they can win this game by 2. I see it for sure. On to the next game, guys. We got Detroit versus the Cleveland Indians, guys. I got nothing on this one, I'm going to be honest. I honestly hate both these teams, especially Cleveland. I mean, they're unpredictable. Their lineup should be good, but they're not good this season at all. So I'm just going to skip over this game, move on to the next one. We got the White Sox versus the Reds. It's a pretty good one here, guys. We got 2 righties on the hill, both young guys. I struggle with name pronunciation sometimes, guys. So we got Jonathan Stever, 23 years old, for the White Sox pitching. And we got TJ Antone, 26 years old, for the Reds, guys. Both these guys haven't pitched much at all. Stever has only pitched in 1 game this season. It was about 5 days ago. He pitched versus the Tigers. He pitched 3.2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, and 2 walks, and had 3 Ks in that game. He really didn't have much minor league experience at all, guys. His highest level of play in the minor leagues was A-plus ball. Really nothing special there. Just like any young pitcher, though, I kind of wanted to bring this up. Coming into the minors is a huge deal, and I always see it with these young pitchers. They come up, have some control issues, work through whatever they have to work through. Very rare you'll see a young kid come up and just be lights out. So this is the second game, and the Reds might not show it in the win-loss column or the stat book, guys, but they have some hitters on this team. They really do. So I think Stever could struggle in this second game. I don't think he goes very deep at all, but the Reds could do some damage off him. On the other side of things, TJ Antone, in his first MLB season this year as well. He has pitched in 10 games this season, guys. He has started 4 of them. He has a 2.76 ERA overall, but a 4.17 FIP. He has been bouncing back from starter to reliever. And honestly, I don't know if any of you guys played sports or anything like that, but not knowing your role is a hard thing when you're playing sports. I feel like you're either a pitcher or you're a reliever. Like, it needs to be that clear. Like, once you get to high school and college, like, unless you're that one guy that's amazing and can do everything. But to me, I think they should pick a role for him to start off this year and then keep him there and then like progress, see how he's doing in the offseason, and then pick a role what they want to go with, like whether that be a reliever or starting pitcher. But anyways, he's bouncing around from starter to reliever, and I just don't like that. And overall, both these pitchers, guys, I don't think they'll go any longer than 4 innings. I think this becomes a bullpen game quick, and the Reds bullpen is terrible, and the White Sox bullpen is pretty good. So staying away from this game, but I lean to the over 9, guys. I'm going to check the weather real quick. I had it pulled up. Yeah, we got 10-mile-an-hour winds, guys, blowing from left to right, kind of going to the first base side of things, guys. So I definitely like the over in this one. I think both offensives should perform, and then both starting pitchers probably won't go long at all. So it's probably going to become a bullpen game quick. Moving on to the next game, the Yankees versus the Red Sox. We got 2 lefties on the bump. We got Montgomery versus Perez. This one's super simple for me. It's the over. It's the over. It's the over. It's the over. You can't look any other way in this game. I mean, the wind is blowing 9 mile an hour in towards home plate, but I'm not really going to take that into account. But if I had to play on this, it's the over, and I'll explain why. The Yankees are red hot right now. If you're going against the Yankees, you're getting killed. Like, seriously, they're tearing the cover off the ball right now, and it's insane. Their numbers are so good. It's like video game numbers over the last week, so don't want to really even say them because it's crazy. On the other side of things, guys, Boston hits lefties extremely good. They're hitting 277 on the season versus them. Also note that the over is 4-0-1 in the Red Sox last 5 games versus a left-handed pitcher. And also note, guys, the over is 11-4-1 in the last 16 meetings in Boston. So really this one is pretty simple. You're not betting the Red Sox. The Yankees line is too high. It's the over for me. You can take the Yankees team total over, or I would just suggest taking the full game over. Boston hits lefties. The only negative in this game would be the wind blowing in. That's all I really have on this one. I'm not going to make this play on my card. And the reason why is, like, I missed jumping on this little Yankees over trend and the Yankees winning train. Like, I missed it. So that's on me. But I don't want to jump on now and then have it, crumbling down. So my suggestion would just be the over, guys. It's that simple. I think it's at 10.5 right now. Let me pull it up. Yeah, it is at 10.5 minus 110. I would definitely take the over. Yankees minus 215 favorites. You can't do anything with that, guys. Over, over, over. That's what I'm leaning. Again, not a play. And again, I'm going to recap at the end, guys. Just wanted to say that. I'm going to give out my leans and actually my plays that I sent out to clients. So just wanted to make that clear. Up next, guys, we got the Orioles versus the Rays. I usually hate messing with games like this, but I'm going to give it a quick little rundown because I think it's worth a little topic talk. The Rays are minus 205 favorites, guys. The Baltimore Orioles are plus 175. Rays are coming in at 33-18, and the Baltimore Orioles are 22-29. The O's will be home in this one, and Tyler Glasnow will be going for the Rays. And man, this guy has looked pretty good this season. I mean, righties batting 208 off him, and lefties only batting 203 off him this season. The biggest issue, though, with Glasnow is definitely his home runs and his walks this season, guys. He's allowing 3.7 walks per nine and 1.6 home runs per nine this season, and that's the only way this man gets hurt. But the good thing about that little home run stat, guys,